Okay, I wanted to show you all another example of a gesture drawing and how I would solve this. And now this orientation is tall and skinny, so I'm going to find that first. And again, if you were doing this for a project, you would measure it and size it to the size that you wanted. All right, so I'm looking at the big picture. The first thing I see are these figures here in this area and here. And again, I'm going to notice how far are they from the top. So I made them too high. So I can very quickly bring that down. And there's this angle here. And where is he from that corner? So I'm using my negative space to help me. Okay, so he's somewhere in here, this basket. It's like right above the top of the middle of the page. So again, I'm scanning this whole surface first before I commit to any kind of specific drawing. Her foot look how far her foot comes over, like way over here. Again, I gotta make this a little more clear. Okay. All right, so those knees are somewhere in here. Again, her knees. So I just let myself do this kind of drawing right, how close? Right, either on the drawing or, okay. And then I'm looking at these swooping motions. I'm not thinking about drawing her head right now. I'm more finding these movements that are happening. Well, I didn't really draw in the book, but there you go. And there's the baby. Here's that action line or that axis line going through like in this direction right here. Okay. And then I've really made it. So what I did is I made this way too big. So then I need to shift this down. They're a lot smaller. The head, let me markate where the top of that head is. And again, I'm working flat. That's a big no-no. I need to be working further over here. I'm going to make them a lot smaller. So I was making them huge, and that's something I tend to do. If you know that about yourself, then that's a good thing to know. So she's going to be smaller. And look at this space in between them. That's a good thing to look at. Like I can even start to find that shape somewhat. Like how that might back him up just a little bit. And again, make him a little smaller according to the space that I've made. Okay, and maybe this hand, this knee, the hand's going to be somewhere in here. Again, how long has it taken me to do this? Not very long, like 2 minutes maybe, right? And it's way better to do this and have that error of things being too big and me see it pretty quickly rather than spend 2 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours on something and then go, oh my gosh, I put everything in the wrong spot. Okay. And so as I continue to draw, I can begin to find the true lines. I don't do that right away, again, because that would be wasting my time. But I do start to do that in time. I'll start to develop like, oh, let's pretend like this is all in the right spot for time's sake. Then I will start to find those true lines that are happening. You know, the face. Again, going back to that contour drawing, you know, I start to block things in a little bit. Where's that chin really in relationship to the head? Look, it's not right. I mean, it's not in the middle over here. So I draw those little lines like that. Let me mark where that chin is. It's somewhere over here. And then I'll find, again, the middle of her lips to the middle of her nose to the middle of her head. So her face is going to be coming up somewhere through here. Now I'll be doing this with a lighter pencil. And then where's the forehead? And I'm looking at the distance between the top of the head and here. So that lets me know, oh, it's actually, well, this might be coming in more like this. Okay, and then that's not really a straight line anymore. I saw that at first, but now I see this turns. So I'm going to find that line. And I can clean this all up and make it pretty. But this is how I begin. So I'm, again, not getting stuck or getting tight into what's there so that I can change it if I need to. I'm not getting attached to, oh, I've got to make this beautiful thing first. No. Take your time to be loose first, and then find the details. Again, these action lines, if I want to find out where that arm really is, it actually is going more up like this. Up. And then that arm comes down, and then that hand shifts just slightly. So I'm finding the middle first before I'm finding the outside of that hand. I kind of gave a place for it, but I was like, that's not quite right. So once I stop and I go back and find the middle of things, that helps me. Oh, that's actually tilting a little more this way. And you can use your pencil to help you. What direction? Feel that. Put it in there and actually feel it. And then make that mark with your pencil. Just kind of swoops. So this is how I start, and then the more and more I find that correct placement, I can begin to go, oh, okay, well, let me see if I can find that knee, the straight. I start with straight, in the angle that I actually see it, not just making something up, but I'm really looking, and I'm wrong, so this goes more like this. And I can adjust that very quickly. And that's important to me, because I don't want to waste my time. And I love that search of what's happening. Looking at that space, that shape that's in between the baby and the basket that's in here. And I can start to draw that shape in. And that helps me find it, or lets me know, oh, something's wrong. I need to shift or move it. And this can take me, I might take some time to do this, but I'd rather take the time to do it like this than get into the details of her face, and then I have nothing else done. And this creates a cohesive, unified drawing where the energy is working together.